What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back, Dedicated Vandals, with another video. Today, though, we are going to be talking about public encounters. In fact, we are going to be talking about all of the ones from the EDZ that you can change from normal public encounter to heroic. And it's surprising to see how many people don't know about this, or how many people don't take the time to do this, rather than just doing a normal public encounter, because they reap you so many more rewards than a normal public encounter would. Such as, you can get far more legendary and exotic engrams, and it's a lot more beneficial for everyone. But yeah, why not? Let's get this. Already off to a good start. And reaped one reward at least, but yeah, we're gonna hopefully get all these explained real quick for you, so that you can then go and venture out your time. Alright, well, we weren't gonna make you wait all 4 minutes, but alright, here is the here's the big servitor one, which can be located in the outskirts. It's usually the only one that comes up. But what you have to do is you have to go drop his health down enough in fact, so that once he gets into the middle of that water fountain or statue looking thing, you then kill all the little servitors that spawn around him. And it almost forms like a ritual looking thing, which then you kill all the servitors, and it'll then come up as the heroic. Then it'll say the servitor's going AWire, which means he's like killing all of his own friendlies, or the vandals, and just other fallen. And then what's gonna happen is he's gonna teleport you, which does almost nothing. Just don't land on the skiff or you're dead. But then all you need to do is kill the bigger servitor, and then you're good. And you got it. And there we go. There's the servitor one explained. And we'll be back for the next one in 3, 2, 1. No. Alright. How did we get here? I wonder how. Well, it's magic. That's why it's magic. But anyways, for the Glimmer Extraction, Ether Extraction, all you have to do is blow up the little extractors that go along with the extraction site. They're gonna be the ones that are like dragging stuff out of the ground, or glimmer out of the ground, and they'll be pretty noticeable because they're obviously the smaller of all of them, and you're gonna want to destroy all of them, or else you won't get the heroic. Like, you can't leave any one of them still standing. Even if you get 2 out of the 3 areas or sectors, it won't matter. You have to get all 3 destroyed, or else it won't count. So then you're just gonna keep going. Like, you're gonna complete the objective. God, and then you're going to obviously go to the next one and continue the same process on repeat for 3 times. And then if all works out, you'll blow up the 3rd one, and it'll come up as defend the glimmer, or defend the zone, and you won't have to worry about killing the 4 extractors. So then you should be good. And yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this, but It's also because I'm being a little careless. But no, honestly, that is one thing they need to fix. Just the dynamics of the game in general, I feel like, because they made it way too easy to beat the campaign. There was no difficulty per se. There was a default, but there was no like hard, easy, normal. It was all the same, which seemed a little dumb to me because the campaign was just too easy to beat, and it seemed like it was a bit broken in that aspect. I still loved it. I thought it was really cool the way they played it and everything, but it seemed like they could have done better with the campaign, especially with the difficulty system or the AI system, and it seemed a little unfair because you could just run around sprinting with a blindfold on and just holding the controller in your hand and just holding RT, and you'd be fine. There was no way you were actually going to die to the AI in the campaign, that is. In this, I'm just super careless, or you risk it. You risk it for the biscuit. Only way it has to be done. But yeah, as you can see, I'm only going for the things just to show you that's all you have to do. At least for the last one, that's all you have to do, because for the others, you have to complete the objective in order to get to the next drill site. And that's another thing that seems a little upsetting, is because you can't run through some of the areas, like the Nightfall. You have to kill all the enemies in order to advance to the next area. And in the last game, that didn't happen. There was a bunch of free zones where there were certainly enemies. There were certainly enemies that were level based towards the Nightfall, and you could still run past them, but it just seems like they tried making this a little too simplistic. Kill all the enemies, and then you get the next sector. You can't just bypass anything like you could in the last one, or you couldn't face it on a higher difficulty. I felt like that's my only problem with it, though. I mean, hopefully they address this in the raid, because if they make a challenge mode, then that'll certainly solve the problems almost instantly. But of course, there will be a boss that spawns on this Glimmer Extraction. You won't have to kill him, but I would highly recommend it, because he becomes extremely annoying, because all he does is sits on it or near it and knocks you off every time with his smash, and it becomes quite repetitive and quite honestly annoying. So I would just go kill him and then come back, or have someone sit on it and someone distract and kill him. But yeah, and then all you have to do is sit on it and finish it. I mean, the Glimmer one's quite easy, actually. It's the one I'm pretty sure most, if not everyone, does, just because it's the very first EDZ zone. What's it called? Public event. So I'm pretty sure most of the people who, if not all of the people who are watching this, know about this one, just because it's so frequent. But I'm posting it just because it's every single one of the EDZ zones. So we will be back though in 3. Actually, wait. Scratch that. Scratch that. Yeah. Rip me. I done goofed. Oh well, we'll be back. We'll be back in 3, 2, 1. No, 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 no. Ah. Alright, we're back, boys and girls. And now, on to the Taken Blight. It's pretty much just like Oryx if you did Oryx. You step inside the ring, step out of the ring, and shoot at the Taken Blight. And once you do enough damage, it implodes. And then once that happens, it'll summon a boss that you then have to kill for the heroic encounter. But I've been having trouble getting this to a heroic, primarily because you can't do it with one person. It's nearly impossible, because I couldn't do enough DPS on it, and every time I'd get super close, it'd turn almost to the point where it was about to explode, and then it would end. Or the encounter would be complete because a group of other people weren't doing the heroic, they were rather doing it normal. And personally, I'd say bypass this, because it's not really worth the struggle, because making this one a heroic versus making another one heroic, such as the Glimmer Extraction, is a lot different, because the Glimmer Extraction is a lot easier. It's a lot simpler. All you have to do is blow up a little machine and then you're good. This one, you still have to kill the enemies, but you have to kill them in a far fewer amount, and also you have to be able to do enough damage to the Taken Blight. It requires some tactics and some teamwork, and and a group of people especially. So I wouldn't recommend doing this one as in a heroic, but if you are to do it, you have to step into the Blight, step out of the Blight, and start damaging the bigger version, or the larger version of the Blight. And like I said, it's much like Crota, or much like Oryx, not Crota, much like Oryx, where you have to damage his chest. Well, then you had to do that. But onto the Cabal one, which if I'm correct, yeah. So this one, I don't prefer this one just because I don't really like the Cabal. I never did. But it's rather easy, actually. If you have a group of people, which you may need a group of people to do this and turn it into a heroic, because what you have to do is what I was just shooting at. You have to shoot at those. You have to shoot at the little vents that pop open. And once they pop open, it'll glow red. They'll glow red. You shoot at them, they explode. They don't explode as in giant explosion. It's not really relevant, except for the fact that the vents start to smoke, and that's the only significant visual effect that's made. And another piece, though, that's important is that, if I'm not mistaken, there is two vents on top, one in the middle, and then two on the bottom. And the two on the bottom are actually underneath. And once you have to go underneath the ship to do it. At least that's how I've watched. That's how I've watched other people who I was with through this do it. And well, you have to then, after you activate the heroic, all you have to do is kill the same boss that would have come out during the normal one. And it's quite easy, actually. It's no different than the normal one, I felt like, because I didn't notice any real difference in the normal public event than the hard one. and except for the drops, which it of course drops better gear because it's supposed to be a higher difficulty. Now the boss might have more health, which is probably expected, but I didn't feel like the overall heroic event or heroic encounter was hard. And yeah, and then I felt like that one was the best one to do because it was the most fun overall. But yeah, and then now onto the final one, which is actually, I take back that rebuttal about the last one being the easiest one. I feel like this is the easiest one because it's not like you have to blow up the vents or anything. You literally just have to blow up a ship, and the ship comes around 3 times. Through those 3 times, you could use a super and take it down to a quarter of the way, or a quarter of its health gone. And it's relatively easy in that if you have 3 people, you could turn it into a heroic in the first run at the ship. And I've actually already accomplished that feat once. So it's not that it's a difficult challenge to or event to turn into a heroic. It's that it's just easy overall. Like, it's super easy to turn into a heroic and also super easy to complete. Hope I didn't confuse anyone, but it's but then same as the other ones, I'm killing that just because why not? It's more Glimmer, which I already am at max Glimmer. If you were wondering, it's 99,999. But then all you have to do, much like the other ones, which is surprising because I thought that they would have changed it up from the normal bosses and added in like an extra boss for each heroic, not just having the same boss for every single one, for the heroic and the normal. But I would definitely say that that one was the easiest one, other than the Glimmer one. But the Glimmer one's also because you have more people doing it, and it's much, like, and it's and pretty much everyone knows it, so it's going to be easier to get people to do the heroic if they all know what they're doing. But yeah, reap the rewards. And also, I'm not trying to bash any of the heroic encounters. It's not my play at all. I'm just trying to show you how difficult some of them are compared to others. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope that was helpful. Hope now you can go and take what I showed you and go use it in the EDZ and help a fire team out. But most importantly, thanks for watching. This is Drug-Dedicated Vandals. Hope you sub. Hope you hit the like button. Comments would always be helpful.